G'day guys, welcome to my Nrl VT video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about NRL's Round 12's predictions for 2024 guys, so let's get started. So to kick things off with this first game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Dragons. Now I know for a fact that the Dragons last week did not go to Magic Round, they had a bye in that game, so they are facing now the Bulldogs in this match. So this game will be another great game. I do see the Bulldogs really getting into that intent that if they can win, they are a good attacking team, but sometimes when they're hot and cold, like going up against like say Storm or Panthers, stuff like that, they can be a very terrible team. But when they're on, they're on. And I can just say that the Bulldogs with Josh Adokar in there, they played absolutely well with him. But then again, you've got like Matt Byrne, he's been playing excellent for the Bulldogs. So is Drew Hutchinson, so is Connor Tracy, so is like Bronson Cherry, and so is Viliami Kikau. But for the Dragons, Zach Lomax will be in that number 2 spot for the team, with Michaeli Ravalawa in that number 5 spot as usual. So both of them are in the same jerseys in that game. So obviously in this match, this will go down to the wire, and I do see that this match like has that confidence with the Bulldogs basically winning. Like I could see like Zach Lomax playing really well, but up against like say Josh Adokar, I reckon he'll have a tremendous game. I reckon Josh Adokar will score 2 tries in that game and Bulldogs to win 1-12. So this match with the Dragons, I reckon they'll play well, but not as excellent as the Bulldogs will. So I am going to go with the Bulldogs by 1-12, as I did say, 1-12 by 12 points in this match to defeat the Dragons in this game. The next game of this match, we see the Cowboys going up against the West Tigers. Now this match will be another great game, with the Cowboys be really like up on top of their form. Lately, when they're at home, they can play really well, but when they're basically away, they can play like solid, but sometimes they can not have a pretty game. So the West Tigers, let's just say this, right? They're a good team, but unfortunately with that, Isaiah Papali'i, as you did heard, or none of you have heard, that he will be leaving the Tigers, as Benchy Marshall did say. He wants to get rid of him. So I'll be surprised if Isaiah Papali'i goes back to the Panthers, not the Panthers, the Parramatta Eels, or maybe like another club. But in that match, basically, to see the West Tigers, I reckon they'll play well, but not as really good as the Cowboys can play, like with Tom Dearden, Scott Drinkwater in there, Chad Townsend in there. They all play solid in that game, but with Kyle Felt dropped to the extended bench on that jersey 21, I do see him as a late change going into that 2 spot for the team. And I reckon that the West Tigers, since they played against the Dolphins last week and they played shockingly hopeless, shockingly not playing well, I could see them firing up in this game, but not enough to concede the Cowboys win in the Cowboys' home territory. And with that in mind, I reckon that the Cowboys by 13 plus by 24 points in this game to defeat the West Tigers in this match. The next game of this match, we see the rivalry, Manly Seagulls going up against the Melbourne Storm. Now this match will be a really absolute great game. Footy, you still got Talatola in that fullback position, but Jason Saab is back from shoulder injury, which sees Jackson Paulo dropped to the extended bench, and I think Tommy Talau in that jersey number 2, or no, not jersey number 2, number 5 spot, or even Raymond Vega. But yeah, let's move on from that. But anyway, the Melbourne Storm kicked off very well, thrashing us Parramatta Eels last week, 48, I think, to 10, I believe so. I'm not exactly too sure what the actual exact scoreline was for that last week in that Magic Round play game. But the Manly Seagulls are pretty much a solid team, but they can really make a good win. And for a fact that Manly Seagulls can win, like in their home territory game, I just think like with Jason Saab in there going up against like Xavier Coates, it's going to be one hell of a match, one hell of an absolute good game, and I could see that the Melbourne Storm like having a really tremendous win, but I won't be surprised if Manly win in this game. But it's really tough because there's two rivalries don't really like each other. And I always have punch-ons and fights in this match. So in this game, I am going to go with the Melbourne Storm by 1-12, by 8 points in this game to defeat the Manly Seagulls in this match. The next game of this match, we see the Raiders going up against the Roosters. Now, this match will be another tremendous game, and I quite like to see that the Roosters, they do play really well, like with Dominic Young and James Tedesco in there. You obviously got Joseph Swalihi, Daniel Tupou. He is getting old and needs to move on. I reckon he'll retire by this year or probably maybe next year. But he is a good player. I'm not bagging him out. He is a good player. I'm just saying that he is getting to the stage where he'll probably retire by this year or next year. So in this match, what I could see about this defense is they go by really well how they can improve. But since the Raiders, they are a good team when they're on, basically. And last time since they played against Bulldogs last week in the Magic Round, I could see the Raiders improving basically in Canberra. And usually the Raiders, they play well at home, but they can't play excellent like away. But I won't be surprised if the Roosters can beat the Raiders in this match, but you never know. I'm not saying yes or no. I reckon it'll happen. But since they've got like Jordan Rapana in there, Danny Levi, Nick Kotrick, like Matt Tomoko still in there for the team, I could see that happening. And yeah, I just reckon that the Raiders will win that. So I'm going to go with Raiders by 1-12 by 10 points in this game to defeat the Roosters in this match. Now, contest. Biggest match of this game, we see the Sharks going up against the Panthers. Now, these two sides, they are a huge step in this round. And I reckon it'll be the moment of the round because the Sharks are going solidly well, and when they're at home, they can win every single time. With Nico Hines in there, with Sione Katoa in there, Ronaldo Mulatalo, Will Kennedy, especially with Sione Katoa and Ronaldo Mulatalo. Without those two, Panthers will win. But since they're playing, I reckon the Sharks will win. Only just because the Panthers, you've still got no Nathan Cleary due to injury, so Jerome Noah is still at 7 and Jack Cole is still at 6. So in this match, the Panthers, they've been playing well last week. Not too sure who they played last week, but they did play solidly well last week. And yeah, like with Jerome Noah in there, he can really stir things around. But I just think with Sharks, Ronaldo Mulatalo in there, Will Kennedy, Sione Katoa, like Jesse Ramian, so on and so on. I just think that Sharks will do solidly well, and I just reckon they'll have a good contest in this game, because I reckon this will be the match of the round, because these two sides are very hard to beat. But with Nico Hines in there too, I just reckon he'll have a great game. So in this match, I'm going to go with the Sharks by definite 1-12 by 6 points in this match. In this game to defeat the Panthers in this game. Now the next game of this match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against my Parramatta Eels. Now this game, like basically an Accor Stadium with Latrell Mitchell in there, going up against what's his name, the young one, not Dejan Arce, it's the other one. They used to play for the Centres, but still with no Clint Gutherson, I don't think so. The younger one will be still a fullback position for the team. But with the Rabbitohs, last time we played against them at our home stadium, we didn't get the win, unfortunately, and we got absolute flogging last week. We played hopeless. Marco Sevo only scored a try in the last minute, and that really stunned me over. And yeah, I just think that the Eels, they really need to improve, and we need some confidence in our team. Like, basically, we're not playing footy. We're just playing like bloody under 20s or something like that. But I just think that in this match, I just think that the Eels, they need to improve, because at the moment they're really disappointing me at the moment, and I just think that Marco Sevo really needs to go. He really needs to go, because he is not doing well for our team. But yeah, this match, yeah, I just reckon that the Rabbitohs by 1-12 by 8 points in this game to defeat the Parramatta Eels in this match. The next game of this match, we see the Broncos going up against the Titans. Now in this match, the Broncos, they are doing really well, basically with Dean Mariner in there. Reece Walsh is back, and so is Billy Walters, due to both injury. So in this match, what I can do see about this game is basically the Gold Coast Titans, they are a pretty good footy team, and I could see them like having a great season for this year. But sometimes they can be a hot cold team, which I don't think that they'll improve, which I don't think they will. But in this match, I think that the Broncos will do well. I just think that, like with Dean Mariner in there, Reece Walsh, Billy Walters, still no Adam Reynolds in there, I reckon that they will improve in this match, and the Broncos, I reckon they'll do well in this game. And the Broncos, like, they're being like without like Adam Reynolds, and they still do well. They still improve really well, and yeah, I just reckon that they will improve well in this season to really step up in their form, to make a really good strategy of their team. And I reckon Reece Walsh will have a really great game. So basically in this one, I'm going to go with the Broncos by 1-12 by 8 points, only because that they are a strong team. Titans are a strong team too, but I just reckon that they are a pretty solid team. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos by 1-12 by 8 points in this match. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Warriors going up against the Dolphins. Now in this match, this one will be another great game, as I would say about the Sharks and the Panthers. But for the Warriors, though, they have been in a pretty good form. They really improved. They really do impress me, like for last week. And for the Gold Coast Titans, they were upset because the try wasn't given, which was short on the line. And then, like, since the line was there, it was basically on that tip. So yeah, they were pretty disappointed, which I reckon that the Warriors will definitely improve in this game, like in their New Zealand Kiwi territory. And for the Dolphins, since they've got still the Hammer in there, since he scored 2 tries in that match, I reckon he'll score another 2 tries in that game. But basically, it's going to be tough with like Dallin Watene-Zelezniak going up against the Hammer, basically, and Tane Tuapiki going up against the Hammer. So this one will be frustrating, but like I reckon the Hammer will beat Dallin in that game, and I reckon that he will score 2 tries in this match. And what I do see is I reckon that the Dolphins will definitely improve, and yeah, I reckon that they will, but not a good enough team for the Warriors. And I reckon that the Warriors will be too good for the Dolphins, so I'm going to go with the Dolphins by 6 points in this match. And thanks guys for watching this video. Make sure you do like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.